Hello, my friends. Here I am in our classroom. All of you are gone. All of you went home. I'm here by myself. I thought that I would go over some of the tests with you. So most of you listening, great. That makes me happy. Reading, great. The grammar though, eh, eh. So where most of you lost points was this middle section of the grammar, which is all about verb tenses. So I thought that I would review that with you guys. If you did poorly, don't feel bad. It was tough. And we can talk about some ways to improve. So this was the hardest part of the test. So number one should be Anna never cooks. Anna never cooks. Let's make this all a little bigger so you can see it. Let's make it bigger. All right. Why should it be cooks? Because of this word never. Remember, we learned early on in class, we learned that frequency, always, usually, sometimes, never, every day, every week, every month, every year, all of those frequency words, all of the frequency words generally take the simple present. So Anna never cooks. I always drink beer. She never goes to the zoo. We sometimes eat hormigas colonas, food. All of these verbs are just in the regular simple present tense. Drink, eat, simple present. If second one connects to the first one. So remember, Anna never cooks. So we know right away that this is unreal. This is not true. Unreal. What do we do for something that's not real? Well, if you have an if, after if, we move the verb to ed. Anna never cooks. If Anna cooked, ed. Now, this second part is the consequences of an unreal action. If Anna cooked, we would eat delicious food. If Anna cooked, we would eat delicious food. That's how we do, remember, a conditional in the unreal tense. Let's do another one. I don't exercise. If I exercised, I would feel better. Maybe. This one passed, this one would. Okay. There were three of these that were exactly the same. Saeed not rich enough to buy a boat. Lots of things could be right here. You could say is not, you could say was not, you could say will not be. All of that would be correct. The simplest one is not. This is a fact. Remember simple present, facts, frequency, and stative verbs. Simple present, facts, frequency, stative verbs. And number 4 here is exactly the same as number 2, right? So remember, Saeed's not rich enough to buy a boat. if Saeed were rich enough, he would buy a boat. He would buy. Same thing as number 2, unreal conditional. This is unreal conditional plus consequences. All of you have a tough time with this. I don't know why. And when you have an unreal, be becomes were. So, for example, I am not a woman. If I were, it's true, I'm not a woman. If I were a woman, I would look, so ugly. Beard and muscles and all that. Number 5 was another tough one. Okay, the key word here is since. Since describes a length of time. The right answer here is she has been playing violin since she came home this afternoon. So in this case, here she came home. Here is now. So at the X, this is the past. She came home. Right here. This is now. And all of these things, all of this time, playing the violin. So in that case, she has been playing violin since she came home this afternoon. Present perfect continuous. That's number 6 is number 6 and number 7. It's the same as number 2. It's the same as number 4. So if you missed one of them, you probably missed all of them. Carlos is not a lion. Let's remember, Carlos is not a lion. Unreal. Hypothetical. Carlos wishes he were a lion. Why? If he were a lion, he would eat Jeremy. Carlos wishes he were a lion, then he'd eat Jeremy. Would he? Would he? Or would? Unreal. Unreal. Same thing for number 7, exact same. Joseph does not own a helicopter. If Joseph owned a helicopter, he would fly the class. Number 7 is the same as number 6, is the same as number 4, is the same as number 2. Same thing. I don't exercise, but I always, okay, here you see lived, that tells us it's the past tense. So we have always, so this is frequency in the past. We talked about frequency usually tells us it's the present, but we can also describe frequency in the past. I don't exercise, but I always exercised when I lived in my home country. You can also say I used to exercise when I lived in my home country. You can also say I would always exercise when I lived in my home country. This was the second week we talked about frequency in the past. Number 9, pretty much everybody got right. Right now the birds are flying. Present continuous. Present continuous. Right now the birds are flying. Wow, you have changed so much since I saw you last year. We talked, this was in the Green Book, I think chapter 2 or chapter 3, change over time. So you saw a little child, a long time ago. You saw the child yesterday. or today. The child has changed a lot, I think, over time. So number 11, have you ever drunk aguardiente? This is experience. We practice this a lot. Have you ever eaten at McDonald's? Yes, I have. Have you ever visited Paris? Yes, I have. Have you ever, I don't know, have you ever driven a Tesla? No, I haven't. Number 12 is the future. There's tomorrow. Tomorrow, so it's the future, so you know it has to be will or going to. I will drink beer. Tomorrow, I will drink beer. Tomorrow, after I finish my homework, I will drink beer. When you do the future, only one verb gets the will. The other one is the present. Number 13 was you had to know this was an adverb. She sings more beautifully than an angel. A lot of you got that right. A lot of you got the ly. She sings more beautifully than an angel. A lion is faster than a turtle. A turtle is more intelligent than a squirrel. If you want me to explain any of these more carefully, I will be happy to give you more examples. I will certainly be available on Monday if you guys wanted to chat about what you got wrong and why. If you got a lot of these wrong, don't worry. The best way, like how can I improve my grammar? Really the best way is to write sentences. Write sentences again and again and again and again and again. If you want to practice the simple past, for example, write sentences in the simple past. We have a sentences book. Yesterday, I ate food. 2 days ago, I drank water. Last year, I went to Washington. Sentences, 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 sentences. And as a matter of fact, as I say, if you're missing a lot of these, I encourage you all to look at our sentences book. This is the purpose of the sentences book. So if you're having, and we only, there's lots of places for practice sentences. So, you start here, level 1 sentence, will the goat eat grass tomorrow? Use that to make your own sentences. Will the student study English tomorrow? And there's lots of space for practices sentences using this format. Okay, will the, need another noun, will the worker work next week? Will the doctor heal patients next year? Will the grass grow next month? Will the dog bark in 2 years? Will the cat sleep tomorrow? sentences, sentences, sentences. The more you practice writing sentences, the more you start to remember these patterns. And the more you remember the patterns, the more your grammar will improve. Okay. Hope this was useful. This is a longer YouTube video than I usually make. I am looking forward to seeing you all for the party on Monday. All right. Bye for now.